This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, educating the leaders of our community for over 20 years.
Welcome back, Southwest Florida, to another edition of Lee Pitts Live. We're delighted to have here in the studio a man that needs very little introduction. He's the Olympic gold medalist, Bob Beamon, and also another man that doesn't need any introduction, Charles Dailey. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Let's bump right quick. This is happening. It's real.
Thank you, Lee.
Now. Glad to get both of you here to talk about a program that's near and dear to the community's heart and to my heart. And I've been in a lot of meetings as it relates to it, and it seems like it's going to be a wonderful event. It's called REAL. Charles, what does REEL stand for there?
REAL stands for Responsible, Educated, Experienced Leaders. We believe that if we come together as a group and we're able to inspire, motivate, and encourage our community and empower them on issues and inform them of issues that confront them on a daily basis, we feel that it would benefit our community and as well as educate them on things that are taking place.
Now, Bob, from all accounts in the meetings, you seem like you've seen a REAL program take place somewhere in another location.
Absolutely.
Tell us about that and how you and Charles put your two heads together to come to where we are today.
Well, it was.
And Charles, don't be wearing those Kappa cufflinks in here trying to slip them in on me, man.
I have to empower you too, Lee.
You can slip by me now. Go ahead, Bob.
Actually, the experience that I come up with is was fortunate to be involved with another church and community in Chicago, Illinois. And as we know, Chicago needs a lot of help with the teens and the crimes and the things that are going on. And so we put together this program, which was very similar to the REAL program, and brought the community together. And we found out some very interesting things, and particularly with the youth. They were right on point of the things that they need, but also we talked about those that had been incarcerated, that had difficulty in finding new life after getting out of their sentencing and so forth. So I said to them that it looks very good to have these guys speak about what their needs are. And so we came out with some very important things, and we worked on those things. And the fortunate thing that I think now is that we do know what the kids and the adults are needing now in the community.
Outstanding. Now, I noticed from being in some of those meetings, like it's one of the rare times that I actually, go, gavel to gavel in meetings that Lee Pitts Live may be involved in. And when Charles called me up and said I need to get involved, so I'm so happy to have been a part of that. And one of the things I noticed in the meetings, Charles, is the eclectic of dynamic leaders throughout the community over there at Dunbar Community School that are assembled there. And when I'm in the meetings, I say to myself, Charles should consider running for Lee County School Board. First of all, any consideration there, and then go into what actually happened on the day of REAL. With about a minute on that piece now.
Well, first of all, in response to your first question, to whom much is given, much is required. And yes, I am considering.
Great.
Have not made my mind up yet. The first that I would, when I make my mind up, I'd have a conversation with the superintendent first, and then
you come to Lee Pitts Live and break the news.
Then I'll come to Lee Pitts break just for you, Lee.
All right.
If you allow me to wear my Kappa cufflinks.
Breaking news. Okay, Charles. Now let's go to what actually will happen on that day. I see we got health, we got financial planning, we got political. Kind of share with our audience, and let's give that date and time.
The date is April the 26th.
Right.
And we will have a continental breakfast from 8 until about 8:45. And then from 10 o'clock up until 3 o'clock, there'll be sessions that will deal with financial accounting, transition, healthcare, a number of things.
Education.
across the board.
That's right.
Especially in the area of
Politics.
of the transition, where, you know, it's one thing to tell those that have been incarcerated, you need to do better, you need to come out and try to get a job, and then there's nothing available for them.
Right.
We need to provide opportunities and information where they can get opportunities, where they can get jobs, and that will be done as well through the workforce group. We've invited a gentleman by the name of Dr. Johnny Ray Youngblood.
That's right.
Out of New York.
Dynamic speaker.
Dynamic speaker, who will be giving an opening address and an ending address, and then it will culminate on Sunday at 5 o'clock at Friendship Baptist Church. We have to give accolades to Pastor Bain, who has been a visionary in terms of providing the opportunities and the resources, along with the Dunbar Community School, to make sure that our community is educated and informed about these events. We're asking adults, we're asking them to bring their children. We're going to be giving free food away from the Harry Chafin Food Bank. So it's going to be a real event. We are hoping to have 300 or 400 people right there at school.
Dunbar Community School. We got a phone number on the screen. People take that phone number down. I will be there documenting the event for Leap His Live. Bob, when you look at the real conference, let's call it conference or whatever we want to call it, going to have teenagers, going to have adults there. It's just going to be a beautiful day on April 26th at Dunbar Community School, and everybody's invited to come out. It's absolutely free. When you look at it and you walk away from it, what are some things you're going to look at to say this was a success? What would make you say this was a success?
Well, first of all, we're going to make sure that we have surveys just to make sure that we've pinpointed and hit the areas that are best needed for the community. I mean, there are many communities in the country that have different needs, and we will then become more specialized in our real needs of the community. So we hope to get quite a few interesting leads and interests that we will follow suit on that. And so we don't know exactly what all of the real needs are, but we're assuming that there will be some very serious needs.
Okay. Now, when you eyeball it, Charles, let's say on that morning, when you eyeball it, you walk through the halls, you look at it, in your mind, what are you going to be looking for to say, hey, we're succeeding right here on this first conference?
I think the real issue is that we have a responsibility to our community. When I walk through the hallways and I see the kind of exchange that is taking place, then that means that we have done what we have been allowed to do. I said before, to whom much is given, much is required. I think the more I give to the community, the more the community clearly understands. And I think that's what I'm looking for in terms of success.
Charles, what would you like the churches to do right now? They're watching us. The ministers are watching us before they go to church. Make an appeal to them to rally behind what we're doing. I mean, Bob.
Oh,
yeah, Bob, I want to get you involved on this
okay.
last. Yeah, my bad.
Well, I would like to see just about every minister making that attempt to be involved with the real program on the 26th, and hopefully we'll get quite a few ministers and leaders in the community to be involved. Charles's family has been blessed with several ministers, and he has that background of how to go get these ministers involved. And so we're really looking, and I'm really excited about his leadership in making this program.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I got to end right now, but we'll be announcing this throughout the coming month. The real gentleman, future Lee County School Board member Charles Dailey, Olympic gold medalist Bob Beamon, and of course Bob Beamon will be back in the future as well, and Charles will be back.